Okay, back with you on the Rich Van Tassel Show, finishing up the game picks for Week 8. Next up, we have the Jets traveling cross country to play the Raiders. The Jets 4-2, the Oakland Raiders 3-3. Injuries for the Jets: Nick Mangold, the center, doubtful. Bilal Powell, running back, out. Eric Decker, wide receiver, questionable. Devin Smith, wide receiver, out. Chris Owusu, wide receiver, out. For the Raiders, only one listed. That's Taiwan Jones, backup running back. He is listed as probable. The Raiders have a home team against a team with a winning record, the Jets. If they want to make the playoffs, as I predicted they would in the beginning of the year, they have to get this. So I think I'm picking with my heart, maybe more than my head in this one. But Oakland's a quality team. Amari Cooper is going to see what it's like in the NFL, though, because he's going to face that spectacular Jets secondary. Oakland is catching a bit of a break in their secondary with all the injuries to the Jets wide receivers, and I think Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to turn the ball over, and Charles Woodson is going to be a part of that. I'm liking Oakland to come out of this game with the win. I can see it being relatively high scoring, even despite the injuries to the Jets on the offensive side of the ball. I'm picking it 28-23. Oakland and Amari Cooper will not have a big day, but I think Michael Crabtree will. The veteran's going to show the rookie what needs to be done in a game of this magnitude against a quality secondary group that the Jets have. Latavius Murray, who's been good enough this year, will run the ball well enough to get the Raiders the win. So 28-23 Oakland. Seattle Seahawks are traveling to Dallas to play the Cowboys. Desperation time for the Cowboys. Seattle's 3-4, so they need to keep winning as well to keep themselves in contention. The Cowboys on 4 losses. The injury report: Paul Richardson, the wide receiver for the Seahawks, is doubtful. Marshawn Lynch, probable. Thomas Rawls, the running back, is questionable. For the Cowboys, Bryce Butler and Dez Bryant, the 2 wide receivers, are questionable. Barry Church, their safety, is questionable, and Joseph Randle is out. The Cowboys are really going to need Dez Bryant to play if they want to have any chance. It's not likely he will. I'd expect that he's still needs another week. And I think the Cowboys, as much as it pains me to say this, I don't think this is going to be their year. The injuries have caught up with them. And I think Seattle's going to get the win. Seattle's looking to, they've already lost too many games already. They're not going to give one back to a poor Cowboys team. Dallas is going to be on 5 straight losses. It's disappointing, but that's the way the cookie crumbles for the Cowboys this year. So, Seattle wins, and I think fairly big time as Dallas continues to knock at turnovers. I'm liking it 28-17. Seahawks. And the last game, the Sunday night game between the Green Bay Packers. They're traveling to Denver to play the Broncos. Both teams 6-0, undefeated. Injuries, all questionable for the Packers: Devontae Adams, wide receiver; Ty Montgomery, wide receiver; Morgan Burnett, safety; and James Starks, the running back. For the Broncos, Javon Thompson, running back, probable; DeMarcus Ware, defensive end, linebacker, questionable; Emmanuel Sanders, wide receiver, questionable. We've discussed Denver a lot. Peyton Manning struggling, 7 touchdowns to 10 interceptions. His counterpart, Aaron Rodgers, 15 touchdowns to 2 interceptions. The receivers, Emmanuel Sanders having a good year for the Broncos. I don't know really how, because Peyton Manning is not playing that well. Again, Denver's defense has a lot to do with it. They're going to have to be great against the Packers to win this game, and I don't see it. I don't know if Peyton Manning is going to snap out of it. I think after 6 games, you're seeing the beginning and the end, and Denver's just fortunate enough to be winning the games thus far this year. I don't see it happening this time. Green Bay is just playing too well, especially if DeMarcus Ware can't go to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Despite how good the secondary for Denver is with Aqib Talib, I think there's too many problems, and I see Green Bay winning and fairly confident in this one. And I'd like it to be 31-16. Again, though, Denver has won games that they probably shouldn't have. They're winning games with Peyton Manning playing poorly, so we'll see how it goes. But I like Green Bay in that game. Alright, just a quick recap of the report on the baseball game tonight. They're traveling back home. The Mets are. We talked about this yesterday. It's certainly going to be very difficult for the Mets to come back from an 0-2 hole, considering they play the next 3 in New York, so they'll never come back after this. They'll never come back to New York after these 3 games, so they essentially have to win all 3 to really have any chance. It's Yordando Ventura for Kansas City going against Noah Syndergaard. We'll see how it goes. I expect the Mets to win this game. I just don't expect them to win this series because they're going to come out and really give those home crowds something to cheer about. But unless they plan on winning all three here in New York, it's not going to be the Mets series here. So I take the Mets tonight. The Royals, I still will take to win the series. All right, so that is it today for my